Jaws. Jaws is a thriller film made in 1975 by director Steven Spielberg. This film fits into the era of New Hollywood. Steven Spielberg is an American director, producer, and screenwriter. He is one of the most famous directors and producers of all time. His career spans more than 4 decades, and throughout that time, he made many movies with different genres. Spielberg is one of the founding people of New Hollywood. New Hollywood, also known as the New American Wave, is a movement in film history from the mid-1960s to the 1980s in which a new genre of young filmmakers were able to speak to the new generation through film, and they took full authority of the films they were making instead of leaving it to the studio. Spielberg started off making adventure and sci-fi movies like Jaws (1975), Raiders of the Lost Ark (1981), and E.T. the Extraterrestrial (1982). Later, Spielberg made movies about humanistic issues such as the Holocaust, civil rights, war, terrorism, with movies like The Color Purple (1985), Schindler's List (1993), War Horse (2011), Bridge of Spies (2015). Spielberg was nominated for a few Academy Awards, winning Best Director for Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan. Jaws is an American thriller film made in 1975 based on the popular book by Peter Benchley, written in 1974. Peter Benchley also co-wrote the screenplay. This movie is about a great big white man-eating shark that attacked the small fictional town of Amity Island. All the people in the town, including the mayor, don't believe that there's a shark in the water. Only Police Chief Martin Brody believes about the shark, and he wants the beach to be closed, but no one listens to him. The beach continues to be open for the 4th of July holiday weekend until a little boy gets eaten by the shark, and that's when everyone figures about the shark and they start panicking. Martin Brody, along with the help of shark hunter Quint and oceanographer Matt Hooper, go on a long and dangerous journey in a boat to try and kill the monster shark. The whole rest of the movie is the 3 guys on the boat trying to kill a shark. Fun fact, during the making of the movie, the mechanical shark was nicknamed Bruce. This scene is the first scene in the movie where a random girl goes into the ocean and gets eaten by a shark. This is the first time the audience sees any sign of the shark, and it makes them scared. This scene sets the plot into motion, and all the actions of each character are based upon this one death. This scene is composed of many camera movements, shot angles, and different music tempos and notes. At first, there are many short right pans or tracking shots that follow the girl and the drunk guy running towards the water. The camera then moves down at a right pan, showing the guy falling off the cliff. Then it stops at a long shot, showing the girl jumping into the water, and here you can hear the waves of the ocean. Throughout these few scenes, you can hear the drunk guy shouting at the girl. The camera goes back to the ocean at a long shot, showing the girl swimming. The girl is in the background of the scene. The next shot is a close-up shot of the girl's face coming out of the water, and you can hear her breathing here. The girl then yells at the drunk guy to come in the water with her. The next shot is a low-angle shot shown from under the water. This moment makes the audience believe that something scary is about to happen and that some scary sea creature is going to come out and hurt the girl, because this shot can also be characterized as a POV shot from the point of view of the shark. Here is when the music starts. The camera goes back under the water at a low-angle shot showing the girl's legs. This reinforces the fear and suspense of the audience, especially with the music that speeds up a bit. Suddenly, there is a loud note in the music while the girl's face is being pulled down under the water. This provokes fear and everyone to gasp. The next few shots are medium shots showing the girl swimming away and fighting for her life, while the music speeds up and she screams a lot in terror. The music becomes loud and you can hear a lot of screams coming from the girl. The girl finally manages to catch a buoy, but is then pulled straight off of it. The girl is still fighting for her life, and then suddenly she's pulled under the water and she's never seen again. At this point in the scene, there is no more action and everything returns to normal and becomes quiet, and you can hear the sounds of the waves. The last shot is an establishing shot of the ocean, and you can see the buoy in the back. This scene takes place at dawn, and you can see that it's dark, but there's a little light coming from the rising sun. Next scene is one of the most famous scenes in the movie because one of the most famous lines comes from here. In this scene, Martin Brody, Quint, and Mark Hooper are on the boat trying to kill the shark, and they see the shark for the first time and are surprised at the size. This scene takes place in broad daylight. At first, Martin Brody is shown at a medium shot while he is throwing fish into the water trying to feed the shark. There is no music here and only the sound of the water, the boat, and the dialogue are heard. Then Quint is shown sitting down while he's talking to Brody, who's shown again at a close-up of his face. Suddenly, the shark comes out of the water and Brody's scared face is shown in the medium shot. Here, the music starts off with a startling note and continues with a scary tune as Martin Brody backs up into the captain's shelter. This is when Martin Brody utters the most famous line in the whole movie.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
This is a medium angle showing Quint from the side. Here the music gets louder as Quint and Brody come out of the captain's hut. The camera then tilts up showing Matt Hooper, and this is a deep focus shot. The ocean is shown next at a medium shot. You can see Martin and Quint's backs, and there's the shark in the background. The music continues being loud and it sounds like action, like the shark is really coming towards the three guys. Matt's shocked face is shown next at a medium shot. Then the camera pans right and tracks the shark as it swims by the boat, and Brody and Quint go to the edge of the boat to see the shark. The last shot is Matt looking at the shark.
20-footer. 25. 3 tons on.
When Jaws came out, it was a major success. This movie was a cultural phenomenon. It was a type of film that people hadn't seen before. It was the first major shark film and it started the genre of shark films. Many people went and saw it, making the box office sales blow up. This movie redefined the term of blockbuster films. In that era, most great movies were released in the winter and less good movies were released in the summer. Jaws was released in the summer, but since it was such an amazing film, it made the prime movie season change from the winter to the summer. Jaws also changed Hollywood in the sense that other movie companies wanted their movies to be just like Jaws. They wanted to make movies with the same success as Jaws. Jaws is a really famous movie, and it's so famous that it's one of those movies that many other movies like to reference. Many movies that came after Jaws reference Jaws. Like in 1941, the same actress that was in the beginning scene in Jaws gets attacked by a sea animal when she's in the water. In Back to the Future 2, Marty is in the future and he sees a sign for Jaws 19. In Deep Blue Sea, there are many shark attacks. In Finding Nemo, the shark is named Bruce after the nickname of the mechanical shark used in Jaws. So many other great movies have referenced Jaws. Jaws will go down in history for being the first film of its kind.